Here we go, another show live, and today's topic is about prioritizing um, moods, right? And situations that attack your moods, right? Like, for instance, a lot of things go on that happens to a person this basically out of our control. A lot of stuff, like bills or whatever, or um, separations from your spouse, or exchange from family members or whatever. And it's all right to receive that feeling. Sometimes that feeling can be anxiety. Sometimes that feeling can be painful. And you say, okay, how do I manage this? First of all, you got to put all your feelings like on a plate, like it's a plate of food, right? You got your vegetables, you got your meat, you got your carbs like macaroni and cheese, bread, and you got to figure out which one of those I'm gonna eat. And so let's just use a separation from a spouse. Okay, now you had a goal set and you're focused, and this situation it takes place, right? That's natural. So now, which one do you deal with? Which one is the most important to you? Now, if that one is the most important one, then you got to put all the other ones on the background, right? Whatever it is. Say I got to go to get this new job, or I got to go to get this a business started, or I got to go to just make my music career rocket skyship, or I got to go to do promotion to promote whatever endeavor it is that I'm actually into. So now I have to sort this stuff out, because if I try to challenge every last one of them, that's disaster, right? It's like trying to go in 5 different directions at once. It's humanly impossible. So you need to figure out what direction you want to go. I'm not saying don't challenge those feelings or those emotions, or even engage that so you can have your breakthrough. But something has to give. So my thing is, okay, let's say it's a spouse you're dealing with, right? It's a spouse, right? And so you're dealing with this spouse, and things aren't going right. And so what do? Now I got to go to work. Number one, say I got a job. I have bills to pay. Number two, that's another stressor. And so I say, okay, well, I got to focus on this first. Okay. I'll deal with that later. Maybe this weekend I'll sit down with myself and focus on it. But let's say 5 days out of a week, I have to go to work. 5 days out of a week, I'm trying to achieve goals. 5 days out of a week, I'm trying to go to school. Then I need to focus on that, because you have plenty of time in this world, as long as you're breathing, to deal with everything that's on your plate. But you have to deal with them accordingly, right? Section them off. Know they there. Like, I know it's something going on, right? And trust me, I have problems. This is one of the reasons I created this show. And so I'm learning, all right, as I'm driving, I got all these things going through my head. It's like multiple things going through my head. And I sit there and I have these motivational speeches within inside my head. I'm like, Carl, look, you can't, you just can't deal with them all. And so I say, okay, well, Carl, I speak back in my mind. Which one do I deal with? They say, well, what's most important to you? And I say, well, all of them are. All right, so which one can you deal with that's most imminent? Well, one, if I don't pay my rent, then I'm going to be homeless. So that's imminent. And so I have to focus on that. I have to focus on getting up. Not saying that, I'm insensitive to whatever my other problems are. It's just I have to prioritize each individual thing. Now, my main problem is paying bills. That's the biggest demon, right? That's the biggest demon. Or my main problem is trying to get rich or just comfortable, in this life, because everybody in this world wants to be comfortable, whatever that is, whatever makes you comfortable. And so you have to focus on that first. Now, once you become comfortable, right, and you say, okay, I'm where I need to be, then everything that's in your plate, right, within your subconscious, right, you have your conscious mind, then you have your storage, which is the subconscious. So I subconsciously stored all my problems that are imminent, right, like detrimental to my well-being. My bills are detrimental to my well-being. My success is detrimental to my well-being. And so by saying such, we need to stay on task, right? What's most important. First, we have to have food and shelter. That's the number one emotion that everybody has to deal with. This it's a high stressor. You got kids and you got to keep a roof over their head. So you can't worry about your baby daddy out there cheating on you. You can't. You can't worry about your wife not understanding your success, right? You just can't. Right? You have to keep moving forward. Now, I'm not saying being sensitive to those needs, right? However, you have to be sensitive to within your community yourself so you could be the best person that you are, because if you're not the best person that you could truly possibly be, then you're no good to everybody else around you. So with that said, here's another show. I hope I said something that was positive. Anything that I said that could have been offensive, anything that I said that maybe didn't make sense, it didn't come from me. I mean, it came from me. I'm sorry. Anything that I said was good. It comes from something, a realm that's much bigger than myself, right? Much bigger than myself. Once again, my shows aren't scripted. It's just a spiritual thing. And I need to talk about, and I look at these videos. I actually look at my own videos. I'm not saying I'm in love. I don't want to be narcissistic, because some of us can be narcissistic. I am loving myself more today, and I'm happy where I'm at in my growth. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the people that's in my life. And matter of fact, shout out to my business constituents, Gordon, right? Shout out to you. Shout out to Dante Jackson, right? Shout out to D, right? And Orlando, right? We making a serious statement, a movement. Guys that come from where we come from, we can and we will be successful. And so this video is directed to you guys. Stay resilient, bro. Stay sharp, right? Oh, another thing, stay dangerous, right? And what I mean by dangerous, man, stay thinking, right? Stay thinking. I don't mean in a violent way. I'm saying in a strategic way, right? A strategic way where you build and you fight off all your own demons. Stay dangerous to self-destruction, right? And that's the biggest part. We self-destruct a lot where we come from because of situations that's unforeseen. They were meant to happen so we could go through this breakthrough and have this breakthrough, man. This breakthrough and this resilience. This is why, and thus is why, people like Jay-Z have had their breakthrough, because they didn't allow anything or anyone to stop them from success, not even their own personal anguishes. So with that said, subscribe, y'all. I'm with it. Love y'all. Thank you.